Imagine this. You wake up in the middle of the night. You look out your window. The stars are still there. The planets are still shining. But something feels wrong. The moon is gone. No explosion. No warning. No eclipse. It simply vanished. At first, it might seem like nothing more than a beautiful object disappearing from the sky. But within hours, the oceans begin behaving strangely. Within days, animals lose their way. Within months, Earth itself starts becoming unstable. And over millions of years, our entire planet transforms into a completely different world. Could humanity survive? What would happen to the oceans, the climate, and life itself? Tonight, we're exploring one of the most fascinating scientific questions imaginable. What if the moon disappeared? Most people think the moon is just Earth's natural satellite, a giant rock floating in space. Beautiful, peaceful, harmless. But the moon is actually one of the biggest reasons Earth became a planet capable of supporting life. It formed around 4.5 billion years ago after a Mars-sized object slammed into the young Earth. The collision blasted enormous amounts of molten rock into space. Those fragments slowly merged together, forming the moon we see today. Ever since then, Earth and the moon have been locked together by gravity. This invisible connection affects almost every part of our planet. The tides, Earth's rotation, its seasons, even the stability of our climate. Without realizing it, every living creature on Earth depends on the moon. So what happens when that connection suddenly disappears? The moment the moon disappears, nothing dramatic happens to people standing outside. No giant explosion, no shockwave. The sky simply becomes darker, much darker. A full moon reflects enough sunlight to illuminate landscapes. Without it, night becomes almost completely black. Ancient civilizations relied on moonlight for travel. Even today, many animals depend on it. Owls, foxes, sea turtles, coral reefs. Many species use moonlight as a biological clock. Suddenly, that clock stops working. Confusion spreads through ecosystems across the planet. But the biggest changes are only beginning. The moon controls Earth's tides. Its gravity constantly pulls on our oceans. This creates the familiar high and low tides. Without the moon, the tides wouldn't disappear completely. The sun also creates tides, but they would become about 1/3 as strong. Many coastal ecosystems would collapse. Tide pools would vanish. Mudflats would dry out. Countless fish, crabs, birds, and shellfish depend on tidal cycles to survive. Even human industries would suffer. Fishing, shipping, coastal tourism. Entire economies are built around predictable tides. The oceans themselves would slowly begin changing. Mixing of ocean water would decrease. Nutrients would circulate differently. Marine food chains could be disrupted for generations. The disappearance of the moon wouldn't just change the sea. It would change life inside it. Now we reach the truly terrifying part. Earth doesn't spin perfectly upright. It tilts about 23.5 degrees. That tilt gives us seasons: summer, winter, spring, autumn. But here's the secret. The moon acts like a giant stabilizer. Its gravity keeps Earth's axis relatively steady. Without it, our planet would begin to wobble. Not immediately, but over thousands to millions of years. The tilt could swing wildly. Maybe only a few degrees. Maybe over 60 degrees. Imagine deserts becoming frozen wastelands. The poles facing the sun for months. Tropical forests buried under snow. Entire climate zones would constantly shift. Species wouldn't have enough time to adapt. Mass extinctions could follow. Earth would become a far less predictable place. Here's something surprising. The moon is actually slowing Earth's rotation. Every year, our days become about 1.7 milliseconds longer. That's because the moon's gravity creates tidal friction. It's like a tiny break on our spinning planet. Without the moon, that break disappears. Earth would continue spinning faster than it otherwise would over geological time. Millions of years from now, days would be shorter than they would have been with the moon. This might seem insignificant, but even tiny changes in Earth's rotation affect weather systems, ocean circulation, and atmospheric patterns. Planetary balance is incredibly delicate. Nature has evolved alongside the moon for hundreds of millions of years. Many animals literally use it as a compass. Sea turtles hatch on beaches at night and crawl toward the brightest horizon. Many insects navigate using moonlight. Birds time migrations with lunar cycles. Coral reefs synchronize spawning according to the full moon. Even some predators hunt differently, depending on lunar brightness. Remove the moon, and countless species become disoriented overnight. Some would adapt. Others might disappear forever. The loss wouldn't happen all at once, but over generations. The balance of ecosystems would slowly unravel. Ironically, humans might survive better than most species. We have electricity, artificial lighting, technology, weather forecasting, global agriculture. But survival doesn't mean life would remain the same. Coastal cities would face changing oceans. Agriculture would struggle under unstable climates. Food chains would shift. Many fisheries could collapse. Global economies would face enormous challenges. Human civilization would adapt, but it would never be the Earth we know today. The moon often feels ordinary. It's always been there, watching over our nights. But sometimes, the most important things are the ones we barely notice. That silent white sphere controls our oceans, stabilizes our planet, guides animals, shapes Earth's future. If it disappeared tonight, life wouldn't end tomorrow. But the slow transformation that followed would change our world forever. The moon isn't just Earth's companion. It's one of the greatest reasons our planet became home. And maybe, the next time you look up at the night sky, you'll realize that our closest neighbor isn't just beautiful. It's protecting us every single day. Because sometimes, the things holding our world together are the ones we never think to thank. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments.